getting out of here. Is there anyone up here?
That gave legit goosebumps there.
She jumped off the bridge.
Are you counting me?
Do you want to take extra batteries or do you think the one battery will do?
It's full. I guess I'm not gonna need it out here.
I did. Okay. We walked down here already.
Maybe.
Maybe we just like just right.
Like the water after me. You want to go down there and do what you talking about? I thought about it while I was sitting there. I should try to do it or they could just start flying people. And that house had quieter steps. Should we go downstairs?
Might as well, since we're sitting here and things out there.
But it's interesting.
Next to the K2 meter. We're in trouble with this. Is there anyone out here with us tonight? So we invite you down to have a seat, please. You can have a conversation with us. If you are willing to come down and have a conversation with us, we can actually have a few things. That's all we want to do is have a few words. We have ways that we can understand you a bit more. you like the changes that have been made to the hotel? Do you wish that things would go back to where they used to be? Tell you what, if you want us to stop looking for you, if you want us to feed you the one, if you just want us to stop, come down here and meet us after all. I'll tell you what I think. This place is home. Yeah. I think it's residual.
Think so?
I don't think there's anything intelligent here.
There is either.
I'm starting to think there's sounds very arson on TV.
It's just weird you don't hear it anymore.
I just heard a voice.
It is maybe the redoing of the hotel screwed everything up. May not be anything here now.
That's possible.
It was
Or it could be that life used to be here. So, like, for example, in the interview with this tractor, like I said, a place like the airport, or a place back over in the building. If it used to walk down by Mister, that is now it's just not walking inside the
yeah.
according to theory.
True.
According to theory. But the real nowadays is people get dogs down here. I'm sorry, psychic for dog down here. A former employee heard kids playing, children laughing, and people have claimed to physically see all the women walking in period clothing, and a man in a bar in period clothing. And then you're supposed to be active in your room where you see, or you have experiences.
Yeah.
I know they eat wild mosquitoes.
If it was one of those things where they were attached to something and it's no longer here, if they removed that in the reconstruction,
That's true.
could have
If
pushed
the
them on.
energy was coming from a piece of material.
It was attached to something physical and it was done away with.
There's still supposed to be, like I told you before, things here in 4 different places. What are the chances they won't move back there? And still kept the integrity of the hotel.
What are the chances it was attached to one thing? But they were just haunted 4 different spots.
Because one is a woman, one is a man, one is a dog. And then one's just a series of events that happens across 3 rooms.
Unless it's a married couple and that was their family dog. We don't know who it is, that's the problem. But we can come up with 1,000 theories. We just don't know who it is.
But again, the dog wasn't experienced by a psychic, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah. I don't really listen to him, so.
so one thing, and I think it's the lights to that, but I keep looking up and seeing the shadows just like strobe. And it's like those lights are showing up.
We have them flickering, plus these.
It's weird that it went out. It's gas powered. And I assume it's gas. It's weird that it went out. It did rain earlier. It did rain earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But
They should be able to make it through the rain, though.
You shouldn't. Split down. Because it was on earlier.
That one's only half on.
Do you hear children play?
I just heard it. Swear to God, I just heard the dog. I hear fucking dogs. I'm not kidding.
I don't hear it. I hear children playing.
I heard children. And I heard a dog. With the children.
I don't hear dogs. And honestly, that's gonna bug the hell out of me. Okay, I saw something. I saw something. I thought I was crazy at first, but I saw something.
What did you see?
There was water right there. Something passed me. There could be something there. Could be. I don't know.
I swear to God, I saw a shadow on the 3rd floor.
See, that's what I'm worried about.
Like, that's where I saw it move. It was white. What color?
Did you pull the camera off?
No, I was focusing on that. What you saw one?
See, that's what I'm saying. No one worried with those strobe lights and those sound in the mountain. That's what I'm wondering. Because we're not getting clear.
Right.
You're not getting clear sound. Could it be that all of a sudden it's like going back?
Maybe. Well, for a family with so many kids, I don't think a family with so many kids.
We do know there are kids here. Could they have woken up and we saw them together.
But these are pretty good. Insulated room. Because we can't hear that in our room. We can't hear the fountain in our room.
That's true.
So it sounds pretty well kept in our room.
And he said, the guy said he couldn't hear us until we came up on the balcony.
Yeah. I know what a dog sounds like, and I heard dogs. I heard kids, and I heard a dog.
Stop.
100%. It sounded like that way.
What I might want is you just a psychic dog.
I did, but I fucking heard it. That one's only half on.
Do you hear children play?
That one's only half on.
Do you hear children play?
That one's only half on.
Do you hear children play?
That one's only half on.
Do you hear children play?
So,
Let me see.
yeah. Because here's the thing: if they're the same, we have to assume.
No,
One
this
of
one's
us.
a little bit warmer. But it's still colder than it should be. I mean, this other beer is directly in the AC path. It's cold enough that I'll drink it.
All right. Let's just see how long it takes for your. Okay, your handprint almost immediately disappeared. It did. So even if one of us touched the beer and did grab it and put it up, and we just don't remember. I will say I've had a beer and liquor beverage.
But your
Maybe I did it and I just
beer was
it didn't
over an
realize
hour
it.
ago. So was mine.
But I had some liquor. Maybe I did it and I didn't realize what I was doing.
We're definitely going to talk about this because that ball,
Hasn't moved.
I barely touched it.
I know.
Son, I barely touched that.
And you would think it would be nearly impossible to remove the beer without moving the ball.
The beer was holding the ball up. Wow. Wow.
Let's try it again. All right.
Let's do it again.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you're over here moving beer bottles, let's do it one more time for us. We'll keep talking about some fun stuff.
Whatever floats your boat.
We'll entertain you with some stories, man. Well, We just left St. James Hotel in Selma, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I posted to social media earlier, like, it was exciting, but also really freaking frustrating.
Very, very frustrating.
Now, you know, when we go to most of these places, and you can see this is obvious, is a few of the things we do is we don't tell them we're coming most of the time, and sometimes they'll ask us not to give away where they are, what they are, to not publish anything under their name or associate anything with them. And you know, we respect that. We'll, like, in those cases, we 9 times out of 10 publish like maybe one piece of evidence that we got from there. If there was a lot of evidence from there, we call it an undisclosed location, and we make sure that there's nothing around with like the name or the title or anything that gives away anything significant that people would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there now, just out of respect for their wishes. You know, we have like 52 subscribers on YouTube. It's not like
It's not like we're real big yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. But we show up. They're really excited we're there. First of all, they were even kind enough to give us to change our room. They originally did not give us the most haunted room in the hotel. We asked them, and they were kind enough to switch rooms for us. So we had the opportunity to, you know, ghost hunt the most haunted room of the hotel. You had a K2 session. I was actually in the bathroom, and I was not there for this. But what was that K2 session experience for you?
Well, I started with it because, you know, we don't have any information on who they think the ghost is. We don't even know the time period. We don't know anything about it. So I was trying to direct the K2 session towards attempting to get some information on about who, when, where, how, why, you know, all that. So I asked a few basic general questions. I tried to get, you know, the age. Got no answer as far as, you know, I asked, are you 50 and older, 50 and younger, are you a teenager, old child, young child? Got no answers. But then I started asking, you know, did you live here? Did you work here? And then when I asked, did you visit here? It lit up pretty good. And I got excited. I was like, ooh, adrenaline kicked in. But that was it. I didn't get anything else. And so for a few minutes, my adrenaline was going, and then after that, it kind of went away. I got a little discouraged, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, we had something, but then now we don't. But, you know, it was my first K2 on my own. I hadn't done one on my own. So you've always been with me, and so that was a good experience, good learning thing. But that was the only thing we got off the K2 the whole time. And we did what, 2 or 3 K2 sessions?
We tried, yeah.
Yeah, we even went to the most frustrating part of the hotel, the courtyard, to attempt to get a K2 going there, where people's heard kids. They've seen a woman walking on the balconies.
Full body apparition woman.
And somebody even heard dogs barking. And we got nothing down there.
On the K2.
On the K2. Now what we did get was we heard the kids playing. We heard the woman's voice. We heard that the moment we walked out the hotel room at, what was that, about midnight we heard that?
Yep.
About midnight we heard it. But it wasn't until, what, 1:30?
1:30 or 2 o'clock,
We were down in the courtyard when we started hearing the kids' voices. We heard women's voices. And then here's the frustrating part. You saw a few shadows, but the strobing lights in the fountain were screwing that up. I saw I'm not going to say a full body apparition because I didn't visually see, but I saw it wasn't a shadow because it was not dark. It was very light. It was a color.
So you saw like like a pillar of light?
Yes, but in the shape of a woman, walk on the second floor by the balcony, and she disappeared behind the trees. And the problem is, I had my camera pointed to where you saw a shadow, not where I was looking. So we didn't get that, but and I heard dogs barking, and you never heard dogs barking.
Right.
But the freaking frustrating part is, and it's not even so much the lights throwing us off in the shadows. We have no idea if anything got picked up on the recorder because of the daggum fountain.
And I'll even go as far as to say this. I cannot be confident, just skeptically, I cannot be confident that what we were hearing wasn't just different pitches of the fountain echoing back.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about that in the room. And my opinion on that would be, you're clear to go, would be the only sound that I think I heard that I could confuse with a fountain would be the dogs. Because of the echo and the splashing, it could sound a little bit like a dog. But I know one time I heard a very audible double bark, like a normal dog would do.
Yeah.
But again, there were woods right across the river. We're in a courtyard that kind of echoes any little bit of sound. Were there coyotes out there? I don't know. We didn't hear any when we were on the balcony, so. But I don't know. But I don't think we would confuse a woman talking, a woman's voice, or children laughing and playing with the sound of a fountain.
And I have to concede that, because I don't think we would either. I don't think I would. I don't think I would outright say, because it did. It sounded like a woman murmuring.
Yes.
And then it sounded like multiple children just like laughing and playing.
And having a good old time.
But
we can't dismiss the damn fountain.
That's right. We cannot dismiss the auditory impact of the fountain in the courtyard.
And I know it had a huge impact, and I'm afraid the fountain covered up picking it up on audio.
Because this could go from, like, depending on what our audio did catch, this can go from being an episode of basically maybe 10-15 minutes of everything we did
to
as
a
like
full-blown episode.
Yeah, and this conversation right here versus a complete like 30-minute episode where we have a little bit of that stuff, all the evidence, and then this conversation. So
yeah. And depending on that audio, it goes from a complete bust to something well worth talking about.
Well, and I think there is something worth mentioning is we don't know what we did catch on camera yet.
You're right. We
really don't know.
We don't know audio. We don't know camera. We did have the instance with a bottle. We think we've kind of logically explained that.
Yeah.
But we're not 100% on it.
Because I'll just outright say liquor was involved. Yeah. Like I had a very strong drink right before going back to our hotel room, and I don't know if it was instinct or just me being stupid, but I think I picked up the bottle and moved it.
Well, it's logical to see a glass bottle laying on the side and you pick it up, or any kind of drink. You see,
especially if I'm not not fully witted.
Yeah. And I'm not going to dismiss that thought process at all, but I know 100,000 million% I didn't touch the bottle, and you're just not sure because you don't know how much that drink affected you, or
right,
if it even did at all. You don't know,
because I don't remember moving the bottle, but at the same time,
how many times do we do something unconsciously?
Exactly. And then when alcohol's involved, that unconscious side of it is like heightened.
Enhanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a good story, I think, that we could tell. We had experiences. I don't think we'll ever be able to prove one way or the other. But, even as a believer, and I feel down deep in my bones that we legitimately heard voices, we saw things, I still cannot logically dismiss the fountain screwing it all up.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful fountain. It was very beautiful. I liked it.
But it's like you said last night. You kept saying, you're like, man, if I found the plug for that, I'd unplug it.
I looked for a way to unplug it, but, we'd probably got in trouble, but I never did find it. But logically, I cannot dismiss the fountain. As bad as I want to, I can't and I'm not.
Yeah.
Just like with the bottle. As bad as I want to dismiss the thought of you picking it up, I can't and I won't. You know, I still have to, I still got to be smart. I still got to be logical. As bad as I want all the proof in the world to show this stuff's real, hey, I got punched in the face by a full body apparition, whatever. I can't throw out logic. I can't throw out common sense. I can't do it.
Well, that's kind of our take on the St. James Hotel. You know, hope you enjoyed the episode. Please please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Comment what you think. Do you think we're too dismissive? Do you think we put too much emphasis on the interference of the fountain? Do you think that we're putting too much emphasis on the potential of the paranormal despite the fountain? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Here's the door.